episode, Techy 5. But today I want to talk about, we are a retail company. So we're retail driven, obviously, first. But one of the things that a lot of us forget about, or and like the subject here says, is business and school accounts. They're huge opportunities to capture more business on a monthly, on a weekly basis. So, and there's different strategies that you can use to do this. And that's what I want to discuss today, because this, the business and school accounts, I mean, you could be making an extra $2,000, $5,000 a month just in sales because of this business account. So yes, we focus a lot on one-on-one customers, and we for say couldn't take possibly 2,000 computers all at once at an individual store, but there's opportunities out there that we can join together with us having so many stores that can handle volume like that. So there's strategies that you can take to try to get volume like that. So it's important, guys, that you guys go out and try to capture these business and school accounts in your surrounding area. So one of the biggest things on the marketing strategies that we were doing in the past, and you see it on your daily task, guys, is we used to go to businesses and hand out flyers and then grab their flyers. So anytime we would go into the business, AT&T, we would go in, hey, how you doing? And then just kind of build that common ground with them and talk about, hey, we can do unlocks. We can fix any phone. We'll right down the street, whatever it may be. And then one of the things that I would do to build that relationship would be like, hey, can I get your card? Because we really don't sell new phones. So I get a lot of customers, and I'll tell them this. I'll get a lot of customers that want a new phone, and I don't know where to send them. So then I'll grab his card. You know what I mean? Or I'll go into the pawn shop, and I'll do the same thing. Hey, I get, do you guys, let me get your card. And then what we did was, when we got those cards, we would go and we would put them in a database, and we would put all their information into there, and then we would extract that information, and then the purpose of it was to email them on a weekly, maybe monthly basis, to allow them know where we're at, what we do, that kind of stuff. But when COVID hit, obviously that kind of slowed everything down, because the face-to-face kind of slowed down. So a lot of people were asking, like, what do I do? And one of the strategies that you can do is, while you're looking for business and school accounts and stuff like that, is nothing stronger than Google. So you go on Google and you look at your area. And what I would do is I would draw a map for a big circle or a radius around your area, and look for, first I would target schools, and I would target the schools in the area, and I would look at public schools or private schools, and I would do my due diligence periods on them to find out what these individuals carry inside these schools. And so some of the ways that you can find out what they're carrying, so because of COVID, now you can just use the Google stuff, and you can find out. And so what I would do is I would go to that school. Let's call it Falcon High School, right? I would go to Falcon High School, and I would say, okay, this is the address, this is where they're at, okay? Let me go onto their website and see if they have an IT guy there. See if they have iPads, computers. What kind of product do they have they give to their students? Do they give out Chromebooks? So that's what I would do first, to find out, to be prepared when I go to call that school, to find out. So, like, if they had iPads, I would already have a structure and a strategy of knowing my breakdown of how much that we can charge for each individual iPad. So if they had 10 iPads, we would be at one price point. If they had more than 10, if they had 30, another price point. If they had 100, another price point. So I'd have a strategy before I went into it. But my first strategy would be find out who is the one that's taking care of this right now. Is it the IT department? Sometimes it's the library. that handles it. So what I would do to find that out is I actually would call in, and I would call into the main line at the school, and I would say, hey, my kid dropped his iPad, and I need to get it fixed. Where do I get it fixed? And I would act like I was the parent of that kid that goes to that school. And I know it's a little twisty and a little round backside, but this is the way you get the information. And so I would reach out to them, and they would say, oh yeah, you just go right to the library, or you can call this gentleman, here's that person's email, or sometimes they would say, oh, what's your kid's name? And so that kind of would catch me off guard when they would say the kid's name. And so I would just make up some name, John Doe, you know what I mean? And then, I can't find John Doe in the system. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I just need to get this iPad fixed, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? And that would lead you right to the source. And then boom, now you've got the opportunity. Now you have the person that's handling all these school iPads, right? So now is when you attack that opportunity, okay? And this stuff takes time, obviously, guys. This is not like what we do on a day-to-day basis, per se, you know what I mean? But this is something that when you have some downtime, we can do. So one of the things I want to do is I want to offer all of you guys the opportunity to go out and do this. And if you guys get any business accounts, I want to offer you 10% of any of that business account. And I know some of the owners on here are like, what is going on? But I want you guys to push forward with this. This is such a huge opportunity. For example, we work with the Department in Children of Family, okay? They're in the whole state of Florida, right? They have over 14,000 employees that work for the Department of Children and Family. Every single one of them get a computer and a phone. Every single one of them. And they all break it, and they do. And then so they come to us to get the devices fixed. And the way we got this account was, at the time I was up front at headquarters, and I had the young lady walk up, and she says to me, yeah, I work for the Department of Children and Family, because I asked her, I was like, what do you do? What do you work? And when I was at one of the stores yesterday, I did the same thing. And the team members saw me build that common ground like we talked about, guys, right? So I built the common ground with her. Hey, where do you work? Oh, I work for the Department of Children and Family. Oh, okay, what do you do there? Oh, well, I'm the IT person. Oh, boom. Light bulb just went off in my head. I'm ready to make some money. All right, so what I physically did was I said, look, let me get your email. I would love to assist you. Whatever you may need, we can service your needs. Computer repairs, virus removals, buying back phones, buying back computers. Any of these strategies, we could support you. So a month or two went by, and at the time she didn't need anything, but I had emailed her, I had her information, so I followed up with her, okay? And the follow-up is huge. So I followed up with, hey, I know last time we talked, you were talking about upgrading all your devices. So she had 500 devices in her division. And she's like, yeah, I'm looking to upgrade it. What can we do? Because what they were doing was they were upgrading that phone to the iPhone. At the time, it was the iPhone 8, and she was upgrading to iPhone XR. And what she wanted to do was she wanted to be able for us to buy back all of her iPhone 8s, which we did, and pay her where she could get that money and go and buy the XRs. And it'd be like a wash where the government never noticed that there was any paper trail anywhere because of the fact that we paid her to pay for the new devices. So that's the way we worked that out, and that's the way we got that account. And so every 2 years, she calls me, and she tells me I got another 500 phones because I'm ready to do it again. So it's a huge account for us, and it's a great opportunity for us. And we make really good money off this process. Because we buy back the devices, and we literally just flip them really quick because we have contacts in the industry. that will buy those devices back quick. So, because we don't have time to sort through them and all that kind of stuff, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of manpower, but we flip them quick and we make some quick cash. So it's one of the things that we do on, and it took some time, guys. It took time. It took a lot of effort. But once you get in with that person and you build that common ground with them and that trust, and you complete that first order, they're going to need you for every single thing. So now she called me and she goes, I got 1,400 computers that I need to get rid of. And then now she sends repairs to all the stores, because these people, when they break them, because it's the state properties, they need to get them fixed, and the state pays for it. So they go to different stores, and a lot of these stores have dealt with some of this before. So, but the whole purpose behind this, guys, is just go out there and find this business. There's huge opportunities out there to get business accounts. You just got to go out and get it. And so we're here to support you here at corporate headquarters with whatever you guys need on that. Like, let's say a perfect example. Pompano, they had a customer, same thing, customer called. And he goes, hey, I got 1,000 eye touches that I need to get fixed. Can you help me with this? And instead of them saying like, oh my gosh, no, I can't. He said, of course. First thing is they agree, part of the sale. And now they get 50 eye touches every other week to fix, because the way they handled it was like, look, I can't. They even said like, I physically can repair these all for you, but let's come up with a strategy. Send me 50 every other week, and I will make sure that I fix those. And that's what they did, and it worked out. And so they have a nice business account with them now. So the purpose of that, guys, is just you have to think outside the box and try different things and practice this. But the whole purpose of this was they reached out to me and they go, hey, I got a huge opportunity here. How can I capitalize on this? I'm like, well, look, I've been doing this for 15 years. I'll be glad to help you. So I'll get on the phone with the IT guy, the school principal. I've done that before. Whoever, just try to lock in these accounts. And so we can give them a strategy that will work for them, because every business does things differently. Every accounting department in that business handles their money differently. So there's different strategies. Some schools want to make money off the repairs. Some schools don't even want to deal with it. So, so every strategy is different, but if we come to our approach and we sound like we know what we're talking about, the opportunity to win that business is huge. So I want you to reach out to me or anybody else in the Techy family here. And when you have these opportunities, or when you find these opportunities, I want you to leverage that. And what I mean by leverage is I want you to say, I'm one of the owners in this company. You know what I mean? Like, we have over 50 stores. Nobody has more stores in Florida than we do. We've done over 1 million repairs, so we can definitely handle this for you. So confidence is huge. So leverage Techy, leverage us to be able to gain these accounts. So yesterday, I just want to kind of give you guys an idea to think outside the box. Is what I'm trying to get to here. Is we deal with a lot of one-on-ones, but there's a lot of those one-on-ones that walk through the door could be business accounts. I mean, we do virus removals. We do anything with computers. We'll buy back devices. Think about buying back. That's a lot of times what we neglect is to buy back stuff. And look, I know fronting up buying 500 devices could be a lot. But we're here to support you with that too as well. So if you guys need that kind of support on that end too as well, to be able to buy back all these devices, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to support you guys on that too as well.
Hey Tim, I just wanted to throw in a different way that you can get a business and a school account. I own a banquet hall, and the way I do it, I provide services for Sunrise and for Lauderdale Police Department as far as for events. So what we do, and also I have a quick little story also here, is that my husband works for FPL, and back in the days he used to go and do tickets, and he ran into a police officer one day, and his walkie-talkie wasn't working. At the moment, my brother was actually in high school, and obviously he needed some money and he needed a trade. So the police officer said that the Department of Sunrise was looking for people to actually they were looking for a company to fix walkie-talkies. He gave him the steps. So the proper step to get like those type of business accounts and even some school accounts, you have to go on the city hall's website or the police department, wherever you stay's website, and you actually have to place a bid. So at the time, my brother didn't have the business. He saw that there was a bid opening for repair store so they can fix actual walkie-talkies. So he created his own LLC. He got a business license, and he actually won that bid. It's not a fast process, but he negotiated the prices with City Hall, and till this day, 5 years later, he still fixes walkie-talkies for the Sunrise Police Department. I still, now with my banquet hall, I still go in and we have corporate events. We do meetings, we do Christmas dinners. So that's just another quick way of, you can just search your local police department, search your school, search your city hall, whatever city you're in, and then I can email you guys like how and what it says that you click on, and then you go and you place bids for anything that's opening. If you have a lawn service, you place a bid for actual lawn service. So those are like really great ways of getting accounts. And I wish Jack was on here also, because what he does in the community for his school is pretty awesome. He actually employs some kids that have like slight autism, who are autistic, and they actually work in the Techy store with him. They pass out flyers. He teaches them how to repair, and what that does is he builds customer relations. He builds relationship within the community, within the school. So with him doing that, the school allows him to place flyers and banners. I think he has a huge banner in the school that says Techy, Cape Coral, and North Fort Myers Repair. And so those are just little tips and ways that you guys can also get accounts.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, that's the exact point. I mean, you just have to build that, like she said, the relationships. I mean, you have to just, every customer that walks through the door, one of the ways to build common ground is asking, hey, what do you do for work? Or that maybe they're wearing their t-shirt and you say, hey, what is that? You know what I mean? And then you could say, hey, why can't I be your IT guy? Or girl. So that would be the first step to try to win. You'd be surprised who walks in. I mean, you'd be surprised who walks into these stores, guys. I mean, we've had NFL players, we've had NBA players, we've had millionaires walking into our stores, billionaires probably walking into our stores. So just, you don't know who's walking into the store. I mean, people like on the news have walked into the stores, and I built relationships with them, and you can leverage that too as well. And so there's opportunities, guys. You just have to just build that common ground a little bit more. But there's other ways of doing it. Like some of our owners, aren't in the States, but Google is your go-to. I mean, you could do this. Some of the owners don't walk into the store, so they don't have that common ground or that common traffic with people. But there's opportunities, guys, at your home. If you're at home, or if you're in another country, or if you're wherever you're at, there's opportunities. Even if you're in another state, guys. I mean, just because that company's out of the state doesn't mean they can't ship those goods to us. So there's huge opportunities out there, guys. Every company, and this is why one of the biggest reasons we changed our name to Techy. Every company has Techy gear, Techy stuff at their company. And when I say that, I'm talking about computers, phones, walkie-talkies, headphones, beepers. We can, if we can get the parts, we can fix that kind of stuff. So you just got to think about that when you're thinking marketing. How can I market? How can I get out there more? And these are some of the strategies, guys, you guys could use. Not even being at the store to get more business to come to your stores. So I just wanted to bring that up, guys, today. I know I've been on for already 25 minutes now, but anybody got any questions on this? Want to raise their hand, come up to the top. Please feel free to come up to the top and ask questions. I would love it. All right, Mauricio. All right, here we go. Oh, I got to go back to you here. Give me 1 second.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. So, Tim, I have a question. You talked about Kelly explaining about the police department and that you have to go. How do you work with schools? Public school, not private. Private, you can go directly to them and
Correct.
and advertise yourself. But public is the same thing. I know my kids are in. I don't know. I went the other day to Cooper City High and Pioneer Middle. So I went there and I saw, and also Embassy Creek. I was there and I saw they have their own stuff for fixing computers.
Yeah, so there's an IT guy at every school, right?
Okay.
So some of them fix the computers, some don't. Some, every situation is different. Like I said, you just got to dig further into it.
Okay.
When it comes to public school, it's a government entity. All right. So every government entity goes through a bidding process. They have to submit 3 bids.
Okay. Perfect.
Out to anybody, and these bids get won every couple of years. So, like Broward County, their bidding systems get ready to come up in the next, I think, year, and that's for all the public schools in Broward County. Miami-Dade, I'm not sure when their bidding cycle comes up, but you have an opportunity to bid on that. But you have to find the steps, build a relationship, because a lot of times, and it's about the price, obviously, because that's what they always do when it comes to government. It's about the price, the lowest price you can give, and that's a lot of times what wins it. But it's also about the relationships too. Have they worked with you in the past? That kind of stuff too as well, because they don't want it to feel. They don't want the government doesn't want like they're picking one person only. So that's the reason they put out bids. So the bidding stuff is it takes more time. There's a website called Demand Star that you can go on, and they will send you bids. Again, it's Demand Star, and they could send you bids. They're kind of hard to go through, and it takes time, guys. It takes a lot of effort and time when it comes to public schools. But private schools, like you said, are their own individual entity, so you could go directly to them. And a lot of times they have now they have Apple Care, right? But if their Apple Care is up, then because remember the Apple Care a lot of times only goes 2-3 years, and these schools are there for up to 8 years, sometimes 4 years, depending on these private schools. So you just really need to dive into it and learn more about it. I mean, you have True Green. It's a huge company that does lawn service. They all have devices. I mean, think about when people come into your house and offer you a service, they have devices. So you just really just need to talk to them and find out what everybody needs help with techie stuff. I'm telling you, everybody needs some kind of assistance. We all do. I need sometimes help. You know what I mean? But with all of the team members that we have in the company and the knowledge that we have behind us, if we put all of our minds together, we can just grow this to the next level and eventually change our structure, maybe even eventually to different opportunities. But one of the biggest things I don't want you to do is when somebody comes in and says, hey, can you do this? If it's something techie, yes, we can do it. And then reach out to somebody that can assist you with that. So that's the biggest thing when it comes to this. Mauricio, thank you so much for the question.
Good.
Any other questions, Mauricio?
No. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Anybody else have any questions? Want to come up, speak about this particular topic? And again, guys, I'll offer you 10%, and then the president's probably falling out of his chair right now. But I will offer you 10%, guys, for any business account that you guys can get off the profits, guys. So
explain that a little more. So 10%. So if they go out and they get a school account for, say, $1,000 in repairs, you're giving 10% of the gross sales, or
no, off the profit. Off the profit.
All right, it sounds a pretty good deal.
Yeah, 10% off the profit, guys. So,
And then when you guys do get these accounts, just let us know so we can work with Repair Desk so it's easier instead of you putting like 1,000 iPads, repair tickets. Just let us know so we can work with Repair Desk to actually make you an account where it's easier to place these items in.
Love that you added that. Yeah, for sure. And there's other platforms that we use to track these things. Some of the school, like a lot of the government accounts, you have to have a PO number, right? And so from July 1st is the first fiscal year for any government in the state of Florida. July 1st, that's the first, not January 1st, July 1st. So anytime that day comes, you have to get a new PO number. And then what ends up happening, if a repair is coming into the store, and I'm so sure some of you dealt with this, they give you the ticket number, so that matches up with the PO number, and then that's how the state pays you back. So that's some of the, just a little bit more input. But anybody else have any questions, guys? I just wanted to bring this up to you guys. It's something so important to really bring in more business to us and get our name out there even more. And again, it's one of the biggest reasons we changed our name to Techy, because we do so much more. Than that. I mean, virus removal. I mean, anything Techy, guys, we could figure out pretty much. You know what I mean? The support. So, anybody else have any questions? They want to raise their hand. Anybody else out there right now talking to somebody that is trying to get a business account and needs some help through the process? I know some of you guys have probably tried this, and then I want you guys to use me to your advantage. You know what I mean? To get these business accounts, guys, and go out there and practice this. All right, we got one more speaker. Let's see. We got Christian. Good morning. Good morning, Christian.
Hey, team. How are you?
I'm doing great. What can we assist you with today?
Quick question. Is there any chance that you can show like the list of already like the business accounts that already like the company has?
No, because every store has different business. Like some stores have different business accounts, but like for
No, but I mean the like a general agreement. The same like happened with DCF.
Yep.
Like surprised me because I wasn't aware of that. I don't know if we have with when an
yeah, we don't have something like that up right now.
Yeah.
But it's something that we can definitely post up and show you. Like another business account we have is with Square Trade. I mean, that's a business account that we all have. You know what I mean? Too as well. So, but biggest thing, like I said, for you guys is I could definitely upload some of that kind of stuff. But biggest thing for you guys is go out and get these accounts. You know what I mean? And this is what the whole subject is about. You know what I mean? Right now is to go focus on getting more business accounts. You know what I mean? But yeah, we can definitely put something up there. I mean, the issue is like some stores have business accounts that we don't even know about. But I see what you're saying. You're looking across the board.
No,
like,
in general, the ones that you ask. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
especially to know how to proceed when receive that kind of customers.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, we could send that out to you on a Google Drive. We'll put a couple of that we're dealing with right now that are active. So yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay,
Thank you
perfect. Thank you, man.
Beautiful. Thank you for the question.
Can you bring Chuck up? I believe he raised his hand also.
Chuck. Yes, of course. Wait, we had was somebody else before Chuck? Let me just see. Yes, there was one person. Looks like before Chuck. Guys, I won't end it until we're done talking with everybody. So I'll get to you. I promise you. Good morning.
Okay, now I got it this system. Thank you.
Is that any questions?
No. Only listen. I tried to. It's the first time I use that one.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to move you back down to the audience. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Chuck, good morning. Thank you for being on. Whoops, maybe I didn't bring him up. All right. Chuck, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I was just going to follow kind of the last comment there. It's a great question because I think as we go into business accounts, which, my store is really starting to get active, we're pursuing a fairly large opportunity from a B2B perspective. currently. And what I think it is important, I just kind of wanted to echo that, is if I can give examples in a meeting with a C-level person of where Techy is currently doing these kind of large volume deals.
Yep.
It lends credibility to to us as a franchise, right? So I think that is probably a very valuable piece of information that would help negotiations when we're pitching to a large entity, whether it be a school or a corporation. I know for a fact who we're pursuing is a Fortune 500 company. That's going to be huge leverage for us to be able to show them, hey, we're not some small chain. We're doing this with other large entities, whether it's a school district or some other big company. So if you could get that information to me or to us as owners, I can use that as leverage.
For sure. Yeah. No. What Christian brought up was great. You know what I mean? Definitely can. So the two that we're mainly working with right now is Square Trade and Department of Children and Family that are Department of Children and Family is statewide. So it does go into other states, and guys, we do have other stores in other states as well. But yeah, for sure, we can definitely post that up somewhere so you guys can see that. And if you need some leverage or some support or some, because even like I'll put that up there. But there's a lot of details that go into it. And eventually, I'll get to the details too on it, like we talked about today. But
like a case study or a white paper, something
correct.
like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
That would be huge. And one other question about this is, if we get into a large opportunity from a volume perspective, and let's hypothetically say it's battery replacements.
Yeah.
Can we work with you to help negotiate cost on, volume purchases for, say, batteries? Cost. So do we do that? Do we do that through you, or do you want us to just negotiate that?
Yeah, I mean, look, you're welcome to negotiate it with Mobile Centric Energy Gadgets. One of those suppliers, by all means. If they're not budging, then by all means, just reach out to us, and we can definitely, get on the phone with you. Yeah, we want you guys to leverage the corporate on this for sure, because there's a lot that goes into it, and that's a great question. Is getting the discounts on buying batteries. But again, don't forget that we do buy back these products too as well, and that's a big win for us a lot of times, because a lot of times they already have a service provider that's doing repairs for them, in like Mauricio said, that does the repairs in the schools. But we will buy back those products. You know what I mean? So I don't want you guys to forget about that as well, because that's a great, incredible moneymaker. For the individual store. But yes, these are great questions, guys, and this is why we're doing this, guys. This is why we're doing the clubhouse, because we're bringing everybody the knowledge at once. So this is why we want you guys to bring your team members in here. We want you to bring your staff members in here. We want everybody in the Techy family to be in here, because the knowledge that we're all bringing, I mean, even with Chuck and his information, Mauricio, his information, and Christian asking those questions, those are great questions. And that would have never happened if we're not doing this. And so it's so important that we push hard for our team members to be on this, because them being on this can cause them to lock in a huge opportunity for everybody in Techy. So it's important, guys, that we really get everybody on this. And that's why it's so, I've seen the individuals that have been on here frequently, and I appreciate so much that you're showing up every single day, because it just goes a long way for the company, and it really helps us communicate better. So I just can't say it enough, guys. I mean, look, this is why we do this. So anybody else have any questions? Chuck, thank you so much for your questions. Obviously, we could talk about this all day long. We got stores opening up in 20 minutes. I don't want to cause us not to be ready, but anybody else have any questions? I'll go another 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be glad to answer this for you.
And the last thing I want to say is like for people who kind of are iffy about the business and school accounts, just think about it. You with these accounts, you will never start a month off at zero. No one ever wants to start a new month off with zero, sales, zero profit. You will always start the month off with some type of, a positive profit, or sales in. You want to open in May and you want to see your first repair tickets being these business and school accounts. So you obviously still want to worry about the customers coming in because that's also important, but you know that you're starting off the month with a positive number.
Tala, you always bring the heat. I love it. Thank you so much for your insight. I appreciate it. You're the best. We can continue to talk about this and dive further into this, and we will continue to talk about this. I guarantee you that as we get more and more people on here. If people aren't getting on here, guys, please go back to the Google Drive and have your team members listen to this. Have them write down notes. Quiz them on it. It's so important, guys, that we all communicate on a daily basis, and this is why we're doing this. And I cannot push this hard enough. I know I keep saying it, but it's so important, guys, for the growth of you individually or for Techy as well, too. I mean, look, this is a value that we're bringing right now to you guys that you guys could take to your next venture in life. So it's important, guys, that we all try to get on this and learn as much as we can from each other, because we all are very knowledgeable, and you put all of our minds together, we can really just leverage it so well. So I thank you guys so much for coming on today. Anybody else who have one more question, we can feel free. I'll bring you up. But I think,
and remember, everybody, we understand it. It's super hard. I mean, Monday through Friday, it's a lot to ask, 30 minutes each day. But tomorrow is one of the most important days, is role playing. It is a great day at Techy, and try to get all your staff members and everybody, at least if they can do 30 minutes on Friday. That's all we're asking for, because it's so important what we're going to be going over tomorrow.
And guys, we're paying people for being on here. So like, if the team members are like, look, I'm not getting paid. No, we're paying them to be here. It might not be their hourly wage that they're at, but we are. If you're here for 10 straight days, guys, you get a $50 bonus. We are paying you to be here so we are rewarding you for being here as well. So it's super important, guys, to pass this along, and get people on here. So
really quick before we sign off, can you bring Nyla up, because I think she's a really great owner to talk about community.
Nyla, welcome to the clubhouse. I've been waiting for you.
Yes.
Waiting. Yes, I would love to bring Nyla up. Give me 1 second. I will bring her up right now.
Just a little background. She's the owner of Cooper City, and she has, I would
Plantation.
say, best and Plantation. She has great community insight and community relations. Every time I go to Cooper City and I say Techy, to Nyla, so I just wanted to get her insight.
I love that you bring that up. I mean, she is the queen of what they call a community chat, which is Cooper City Buzz. And Nyla, will you just mute yourself real quick?
I think I'm unmuted.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, just mute yourself real quick so I can just all right. So, because you're pretty loud background, but whatever. So, yeah, she's on a Cooper City Buzz chat, guys. That when somebody says I need my device fixed, like she pops up. Everybody's like Nyla, because she's so involved in the community. I mean, she does stuff like on Thanksgiving, she takes a turkey to the fire station. She has school banners. I mean, she's doing stuff with the community as well. So I'm so glad you guys brought that up, because the community can help you leverage these business accounts too as well. So Nyla, welcome. Thank you for being on. We greatly appreciate it. And tell us what you do with the business accounts and some of the community things that you do.
Yeah, for sure. Mostly what we've done in Cooper City is just focus on the local schools. Not really so much as far as getting the accounts. It is a little bit difficult with public schools, but like Tim said, getting banners, or, for instance, if they're doing some kind of a raffle, which they do a lot for PTA in the public schools, we'll donate, a raffle with a gift certificate or, a speaker, basically whatever they ask us for. So that's one thing we do. Same thing, like we have a JCC in the community, which is a school, but also a gym. So we just put up a banner in their gym as well. And Facebook groups, like community Facebook groups, not so much selling groups. Those really don't work as well. It's really just being in the ones where the everyday people are there to ask for recommendations for, a plumber or an AC person, or, they want to share a good experience or a bad experience with a business. That's been, really sustained Cooper City store since we took over, and has really just, turned the store around. But that's just some of what we do. And, I try to be personable, with the Facebook groups. That helps a lot. People, they know that you are supporting the local schools or like the local teams in the schools. They tend to want to bring you their business. Even if you are, a little bit more expensive than the next guy, just knowing that you're involved really does, at least in our experience, make a difference for the customer.
For sure. And
Thanks, for going over. That's great.
Yeah, she brings the heat on that, guys, and she always has a welcome hand open. I'm sure I'm kind of putting her on the spot, but I'm sure if you reach out to her, she'll help you guys through this process. I mean, she's definitely the queen on this kind of stuff.
And one thing that I was going to say, that just an example that Tim helped me with, probably it was like probably about 6 months ago, was, a local teacher had posted on that Cooper City group that they were looking for headphones for a school for special needs kids. I think it was like 100. It's a very small school. And they were looking to get maybe 10 donated. And, I reached out to headquarters, and I think we donated the full amount, or, they helped me out on the wholesale side with price, but I bought up all the headphones and donated. And the post that she made afterwards, I think had over, 100 likes or loves and comments. And that alone will definitely, get you business if you see opportunities like that. And you're maybe spending, I don't know, $300, $400, but what you're going to gain from it, as far as customer, outweighs any cost. And, in my opinion, or my experience with stuff like that we tend to do or try to do.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great marketing strategy for sure, 100%. So awesome, Nada. Thank you so much for coming up. I'm happy to see you on here because I know you're bringing the knowledge for sure. Guys, it's way over time today, but thank you so much. But we always end it. Bill, you have anything? Our leader, our president, you have any?
Techy Times, guys. We sent out our newsletter yesterday. Please enjoy the day. Remember, tomorrow, try to bring on anybody possible that's a team member. It's role play day, and enjoy the day, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bill. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to bring the heat, guys. It's going to be fun. So we can't wait to see you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you. Thank you.
Bye.